Right, what is going on, guys? My name is Jason Brown and I recently bought the Nikon 50mm 1.4 AIS lens, and I've been using it with my anamorphics lens a lot, and that's the reason why I got it. So I recently tweeted out if you wanted to hear about the lens and how it works with the adapter and things like that, and a few of you guys were interested, so I'm going to do that now. Now, as a background, most of the lenses that I've bought have been M42 screw mount lenses, and they've been very inexpensive, and for what I was using them for, they were really good, but I've never had a really quite good quality lens before. Now, there is a huge span of lens quality, so I'm not going to blow my own trumpet or anything here, but the Nikon 50mm 1.4, it's a really solid piece of glass. I mean, it's not some of the best glass in the entire world, but on that range of quality glass, it's bang on a good point there. And using it, I can see that coming through. I mean, it was a very, very clean copy that I have, so in terms of the contrast of it, it's a big improvement. And the bokeh, it's really good. I mean, I know what good bokeh looks like. It's not the most amazing bokeh, but it looks really nice and I appreciate it. So what you're seeing right now is a very empty room because I'm using it for something else. But quite a far way away, I've got my camera, and it has the 50mm lens and it has the anamorphic lens in front. And it's a 400 ISO. It's a 50th shutter, and I'm pretty sure it's either f3.5 or f4. It doesn't really matter because at that aperture, that lens is as sharp as. It's going to be really wonderful, and the footage looks great. And the only thing that's going to stop it being sharper is just the video codec, which it's recording with, and obviously it's a 2010 DSLR, so it's a pretty soft codec. Now, so far I've done two little projects, not projects, one of them was a project, one of them was a test. The test that I did was just around my hometown. It was getting really dark, and I thought, well, you know, I've got this lens, I really want to go out and try it out. So again, I had handheld the anamorphic lens and the 50mm, and I went around. I was only using 100 ISO up until just before I got back, and I decided to use 400. So I think it's improved my image quality just by the fact that I can almost always stick to 100 ISO, and that, I think with my camera in particular, you get a nicer dynamic range and the files are much cleaner to work with, not only with the noise but actually in grading them, they just work much more smoothly. In terms of sharpness, f1.4, it's difficult to really get your head around because it's not sharp at f1.4, but it's very clean. It's a very nice visual quality at f1.4, and it's got sort of sharpness lost in it. So it has a very good rendition of detail, but it's not perfectly sharp at f1.4. But then stop it down to f2 and you're done. Pretty much, unless you've got a D800, you know, a large megapixel camera, f2, you're doing really well with that lens. And I just go f1.4, maybe f2, and think, well, I may as well now just go to f5.6 at the sweet spot, because that's what its sweet spot is. Now, the second project or video that I did with it was fireworks in anamorphics. And in Britain we have Fireworks Day, and it's always amazing where I live for fireworks. So I took it out, and it was really dark, and the only illumination were just the fireworks in the sky, maybe a light or two around near the field. And the images were really quite good. I mean, I used mostly 400 ISO. I knew that I wanted to do slow-mo, and if you watch the video, then you can see that I was doing, you know, Twixtor slow-mo. It was false slow-mo, but it still worked. So I was trying to get the sharpest footage I could for that to work properly, and I was, again, really pleased with the footage. And I did bump it up to 800 and once 1600, I think, for when I was pointing it in the sky. And for me, that is a problem with my camera, so I'm so glad that using this f1.4 lens, I've just got the ability to open up and use the better ISOs for video. Now, one other thing, I broke my tripod at the end of the summer. I had a really cheap tripod, which I was lucky to have, but that's what it was. And it snapped, and my camera rig fell to the floor, and it kind of broke the matte box, and then I kind of broke it recently, and then I had to fix it. So I was left without a tripod for, well, until now. And right now it's just resting on sort of a table on a stool on a GorillaPod tripod, which is really unsafe with my rig. And it's my birthday soon, and I asked to get a video fluid head tripod, and I'm really lucky that I got one. And I know I have because it's come in the post and it's sitting outside. So I have got a good tripod now, and which I can use very, very soon, and I'm really excited to use that. And I want to make more films, and I'm not just saying that like every YouTuber does. I actually mean I want to try and define my signature filmmaking style, which I think is emotive and with lots of colour. And I want to just pick up a few projects that I'm interested in and give a bash at making a meaningful and powerful little blip of film about it, and that's what I'd like to do. So hopefully look out for it. I'm not going to say it's definitely happening, but that's what I want to do. And if there weren't any obvious questions answered about this lens and the rig I use, then please put them in the comments, because I could just babble on for ages, but I still wouldn't know what you wanted to hear. So use the comments, that'd be really cool. I'm Jason for the TheXtremesoundz audio and vision YouTube channel. See ya.